done got caught slipping, y'all. Michael done got caught slipping. I wonder if I used the right photo for the last review. I think so. I don't know. If not, my bad. Michael's lie has caught up to him. Jacinda should have just told him the truth when he asked. When he asked her, she could have told him the truth. Not only that, Christina could have warned these folks ahead of time. But she tried her best, though. She definitely did. Portia delaying getting a paternity test. She did all that talk about waiting till the first trimester was over. Now it's over, and she told me she still want to wait. She still want to wait. Somebody's gonna be more stressed. Girl, please. Curtis said his child won't be a part of whatever portion Isaiah got going on, and based on Isaiah's face, you can tell something's gonna happen. Something gonna happen. Kevin agreed to take Ace. Emma finally looking for Anna. Carly's still lying. Danny and Charlotte, just like their parents, are always into something. She ended up going back to Carly's to see Valentine like I knew she would. Now she finna do something else to help him. I don't know if this is about Sidwell or what, but she said she finna help him or whatever. I said she just gonna make the situation worse. But hey, y'all, welcome back to another video. This is for General Hospital, January 5th, 2026. First thing first, let me know y'all thoughts on this episode down below. What y'all think? Did y'all like the episode? Are y'all excited? Did y'all see the promo this morning? If you did not, it's on the General Hospital page on YouTube. Just go to General Hospital page, click on it, whatever. It should be up there. It's the promo for this week. Where they show Drew, he gonna be upset. He gonna be yelling at somebody. I'm assuming Michael, because that's the person he been wanting to go to jail. He yelling, saying that they gonna rot in jail. They gonna rot in prison and stuff like that. What else did they show? Trina and them supposed to go to Alexis and say that they know who shot Drew. Jacinda, Tracy, all gonna be on the stand. Well, Jacinda was on today's episode. She already got questioned. Tracy's gonna be back on the stand. She's supposed to be telling somebody on tomorrow's episode that she got played and stuff like that. So I was like, yep, Michael, your lie done caught up to you. I hope you got some type of evidence or something. I want to know who did it now. It better be worth the wait. All this time, it better be worth the wait. Because what? I said, to me, I wanted it to be Willow. I think that would have made the most sense. That would have been better. That would have been better if it had been Willow. But I'm starting to think now that they took their precious doggone time, it ain't gonna be no Willow. I don't know. But I was like, why would they go to, if it was Alexis, because y'all know people been saying it. Why would they go to her to tell her they know that she did it? I don't know. But yeah, y'all, hold on. I gotta wait on dude to turn off their music. I think he turned it off now. But yeah, okay, on today's episode, we're gonna start with Laura now. So Laura ends up saying she thinks that Kevin needs to take the job. She ends up trying to convince him to take the job. Not only take the job, but take Ace as well, because she was talking about Sidwell and how he told Charlotte, basically threatened to grab Ace or whatever. I said, he still probably got ties to grab him wherever he go. But yeah, it's what I thought it was, where she was trying to convince him to take Ace. He agreed to, but he wanted her to go too. She was like, no, she can't leave her family or whatever. She got to be there. She can't blindside them or nothing like that, just in case he decides to go after them and everything. But yeah, he did agree to take the job and to take Ace. So yeah, that's it with them. Britt and Portia and Curtis. Hold on. Britt ends up telling Portia that she got her license back. That's when Curtis came out. She asked what he was doing there. He was like, he coming to the appointment or whatever. So then he had some concerns about Britt being a doctor, and Britt ends up saying it's Portia's decision and stuff like that. So then he was saying, like, now's the time to get the paternity test. She told me, said, no, I don't want to get it right now. I just need some time and everything. She don't want to jeopardize the baby or anything like that. I was like, now how that? I said, now Portia, you every time we seen you, you said the reason why you wasn't gonna say anything is because you wanted to wait until the end of the first trimester so that you could get a paternity test. Ain't that what she said, y'all? Now you in the second trimester, you still talking about you want to wait. But I was like, Curtis, and based on the comment Curtis made, I said, that's probably what she afraid of. Because I was like, what he meant by that? Do he mean try to take the baby from her or what? Because then she also tell Jordan that time before the truth even came out that, look at my nail done broke to the end part. Then she say that, oh, you're not going to take my child, something like that. And Jordan was looking at her like she was crazy because what she meant by that. So I was like, look like they both over here. I said, why they always do that? Why every time somebody break up or something on these shows, they decide that they want to try to take the baby from the person? Why they be over here now? They a bad parent, obviously. Yeah. Well, I was like, why they always trying to take folks' kids and stuff or keep them from one another? Might as well get Isaiah and them out the way, because Curtis came up to Britt later in the episode talking about some, he know what Portia said, but he still want to schedule a paternity test either way it goes. She was like, then Isaiah came to me, so that's not gonna happen. I said, well, there they go. And Britt told them both that she's Portia's doctor or whatever, they can't make no decisions and stuff like that. I said, they knew that. Well, Curtis did, because he the one said something. But then she left. So next thing you know, Curtis over here trying to explain himself to myself. I don't care what you and Portia got going on, just trying to find out, if he's the father and stuff. But before that, I think he said something. What did Isaiah say? He was talking crazy. What he said, the reason why your wife came to me, or the reason why Portia decided to find comfort in him, is because he wasn't treating her right. I said, uh-oh. I said, them fighting words right there. But Curtis over here want to be politically correct and stuff. I said, what happened to the good old days when these people were throwing hands? No, what happened to the good old days when these people was fighting? I know some people be coming and saying they don't want to see that or whatever. They see it enough in the real world or whatever. Y'all right about that. You're right about that. But this is a TV show, and that's how, they used to be when I was younger. They say stuff like that. They slap, punch, flip over couches and stuff. What the world? Now they don't do nothing. Be lucky we get one slap or two. But yeah, I was like, uh-oh. When he said that about your wife, I said, he must really be over her. He said, your wife came to me because she want to take care of business. And he's like, look, man, I don't want no problems. Look, man, I don't want no problems. But now, he was like, he just wanted to, get the paternity test done because, despite whatever you and Portia got going on, my baby ain't gonna be a part of it. And then Isaiah made a face. Y'all know I'm always paying attention to people's faces. Now, sometimes they take it there, sometimes they do not. We don't know until we actually see the storyline. But yeah, I was like, what he gonna do? I said, y'all think he'll switch the test results? Because what Curtis said will make you think he trying to take the baby or something. But yeah, I thought, you know what? Isaiah done lasted a long time. I thought he would have been gone by now. I thought he would have been up out of there. But yeah, I think that was the end of the scene. No, it ain't. Portia talked to Elizabeth. She was saying how Curtis trying to pressure me into getting a paternity test or whatever, but I ain't ready. And Elizabeth was just telling her it's her choice and all this other stuff, and telling her just, enjoy the moment and enjoy your pregnancy and do what's best for your child. I said, I can't stand when people, friends and family members going to tell them stupid stuff. You said you was going to get a paternity test. That's what you said this whole time. The reason why you been lying to everybody, it's because you didn't want to jeopardize it because, you older and this pregnancy is high risk, so you wanted to wait until the second trimester. Now it's the second trimester and you still ain't told the freaking squad. You still ain't scheduled a doggone appointment, I mean. But yeah, that's all with them. Next we got Carly and Brennan. She still lying. Carly. Now when she said she had to go to do something, take Donna to some type of classes, gymnastics or something like that. And Brennan was looking, I was like, he's starting to catch on to her because she tried to flip it like Anna was working with Valentine and stuff like that. And I said, you gonna get caught. You as good as caught. You as good as caught, girl. But yeah, Brennan started to think that Valentine not in Port Charles. That's what he was telling Carly or whatever. They were just having a conversation. Emma came up. She was looking for Anna, wanted Brennan's help, saying that she received like a photo and all this other stuff, but she hasn't really talked to him. Her. She hasn't really talked to her or whatever. She hadn't actually heard of her. So I guess he don't know what she had for real. I thought he was in on it. They talking about WSB. Wouldn't he know if he wanted to head people? So I was like, well, there go my theory that he was involved. I guess he wasn't involved. But yeah, what else? Excuse me. What was they talking about before Valentine? I think about not spending enough time with each other or something like that. And then that's when Emma came up. She was talking about Anna. He was saying how he hadn't heard anything or something like that. So I think he agreed to help. And then that's when Carla started talking about, so you know what? Maybe Valentine reached out to Anna. Maybe there was a cover of all this stuff. I said, girl, you gonna get caught. You gonna get caught. Now, I know you used to lying. I know you used to lying so much, but I said you gonna get caught just like your son. Just like your son. But yeah, so Carla said she had to go take Donna to classes, and that's when Brennan called somebody to say something about a photo, look into a photo or something like that. So I said, okay, maybe he ain't involved, so he gonna end up finding Anna. I said, somebody need to find a girl. Somebody need to. I'm still thinking she at Windermere. But yeah, what else? Let's see. Who we got next? Valentine. He was just in the attic thinking about Charlotte and stuff like that. Charlotte was talking to Danny, told that. Didn't she tell somebody already? Rocco. What I tell y'all? Anytime somebody who ain't supposed to know a secret find out, it's only a matter of time before everybody find out. Or the person they trying to avoid finds out. Brendan probably gonna be the first one to find him. Brandon probably gonna be the one. He probably gonna be the one. She done told Danny that she's sneaking out to see her dad. He's at Carly's and all this other stuff, and she trying to steal horses to go. And he's like, no, you can't take the horse and stuff like that. I'll take you. So he don't took it. So now he knows. Now he knows. and now she done snuck off. She done went into Carly's. How'd she get into Carly's house? How'd she get into this good house? But yeah, so she goes up there, whatever, dad or whatever, looking for him. She looking for her papa or whatever. He comes out. He asks her what she doing there. He ends up hugging her, tell her this a high risk. You taking a big risk and stuff like that. She don't care. She had to see him or whatever. They talked about, he lied. He lied. Before I forget, because I didn't write that part down. Well, I ain't been looking at my notes anyways. But before I forget, he lied. He told Carly that he wasn't planning on taking Charlotte or anything like that. He told Charlotte basically to stay put and wait on the signal or whatever, because like this time they're gonna be together for good and everything. She was like, she gonna wait and stuff, and he told her she can't do it no more. She ends up telling him about Sidwell, so now he knows that Sidwell may be looking for him too. I said, no, you know what? I said Brandon was gonna be the one to find Valentine first. I meant Sidwell. Sidwell gonna be the one to find first. Because they had already said how Brandon's supposed to been keeping watch on Charlotte, and Charlotte hasn't made contact with Valentine or whatever. But y'all know Sidwell had just said how he planned on using Charlotte to get Valentine to work for him. So I was like, he probably gonna be the one. He probably gonna be the one. But yeah, what else? Christina Jacinda. So Christina tried to tell Jacinda without telling her, you need to get up out of here, girl. You got to go. She was, why? I don't want to leave Michael. We just got this good. I got to look at this bracelet one more time. She took her precious time. They ain't going to show up to the courthouse. They done came out there and got her. She gave you the money. You supposed to be took it and left. She said, I got to get my man first and his kids. I was like, girl, she done showed it. Why would you go to the place they looking for you? These people are the worst criminals ever. So, okay, wait. Like I said, Christina ends up Jacinda tells her she can't testify. She needs to leave town, trying to explain things without telling them too much because it's breaking laws. Says she ended up saying something she had no business. It's a backpack full of money. Take it. It's enough for you to start up. Go somewhere and start up. I know you and Michael got going on what y'all got going on. But you need to go and get up out of there because they going to get you and my brother. Well, yeah, what? You going to tell Michael? I can't leave without you telling Michael. You got to tell Michael first. I was like, girl, just go on, put the handcuffs on them. That's it. Once again, with this whole little storyline, it's at least 3 people that need to be arrested for lying or something. At least 3. Let's put it lightly. Because first of all, how are they going to do an episode? Y'all know what I'm about to say. Where they said they got we waiting on the fingerprints from the bat or whatever. And they never went back to it. But yeah, then it's the fact that Trina and them was in the car. They should have been on footage too. And Michael. Unless they took a shortcut or something. But yeah, she tried to warn her. She gave her backpack, told her to leave. Next thing you know, we see her. Michael was talking to Josh saying he gotta find her or whatever. I think he tried to call her. And she showed up and he was talking to her. She's like, you and me and the kids, we gotta go. You gotta get your kids and we gotta go. We gotta leave town together or whatever. And he trying to explain how they said that she wasn't, where she said she was. She had another alibi, or she had somebody, she was with somebody or whatever, and she just looking at stuff. I said, you should be mad at her. Well, not really, because you're trying to get her to lie for you either way it go. But at the same time, like, she could have told you when you asked her. Prove to her in a sense that you could be trusted and what y'all got is real and all this other stuff, but she still let you be blindsided. She let you be blindsided. Now, you shouldn't be running around lying either way it go, but still. She don't let you be blindsided, man. Well, yeah, next thing you know, the guard dude, the police officer, what they call him? The bailiff? I don't know. The dude in the suit. He done came out to my son. Yeah, they ready for you to testify. She's like, can you give me a minute? No, they ready for you now. She done got on the stand. Wait, I done skipped over Ezra, old sneaky tail. He's almost, I don't remember. Alexis was questioning him about Chase. He like, who? And then she showed the photo, and he's like, yeah, I may have said that. I did say this, I did say that, or whatever, confirming that he was with Jacinda. I said, now that should make him, it should be some fallback on him too, ain't it? You ain't supposed to be, whatever he is, politician or something, doing that stuff. Well, a lot of them do it, but they don't make it right. But yeah, I was like, he done admitted to it and everything. Michael just back there looking all disappointed and everything. You could have been halfway across the country by now. But yeah, I said, Michael, don't look so disappointed. Tell me you got a backup plan. Tell me you got something. Something. You couldn't have, even if she hadn't lied about, being with Ezra, you still would have been lying about your alibi. They could have still brought that up. But yeah, she done blindsided this man. Could have told him. But yeah, so he confirmed that he was with Jacinda. She done got up there. she was like she wasn't with Michael the entire time. They tried to make it seem like he had paid her off or whatever. And she was like, no, whatever. But she admitted that they weren't together. And on tomorrow's episode, she's supposed to admit, I think she's supposed to be admitting who she really was with. And I was like, Then Drew happy saying that that's reasonable doubt and everything. Willow look excited. But it's another scene where they show Willow, she looked like she was upset. So I was like, what's going to happen between now and then? Because, look, I don't know. I really don't know. I don't seen so many theories. I don't seen that Scout did it. I don't seen that Diane did it. I said, Diane? I don't know about that. I don't think she would jeopardize herself for nothing or nobody. But then again, she do work for Sunday. But I highly doubt she would do that. But now, if she actually did it, I'd be like, what? What? But we're supposed to find out allegedly this week. Y'all know we've been supposed to be finding out for months now. But yeah, let's see. Is there anybody else I don't forget? Willow, Drew, and Alexis. Drew was telling Alexis, look, I hope the time with Scout don't pay it off because you ain't getting no chance to see her no more. What was it? Who was it? Dog, can't remember. Was it on this or the bottom of it? It was on something. Where it was like, how you know that if you do everything, I think it was about Alexis. If she does everything Drew want, how she know, was it that? I don't know, y'all. Hold on. But yeah, let's see. Let me scan these notes because I'm forgetting something. I know I am. Christina tells Jacinda she can't testify. She needs to leave town. Alexis says she's going to try to convince them that Michael should be on trial, not Willow. Brennan said they had Charlotte under surveillance and no sign of Valentine. I said, well, y'all ain't got no good security. They ain't got no good security either. What's up with these people's security detail, man? Valentine tells Charlotte she took a huge risk. She can't do it again. Kevin says, oh, Kevin. That's what it is right there, Kevin. Kevin told Laura she could do everything that Sidwell won't. What make her think that he couldn't still make her pay and go to jail and stuff? I said, exactly. Same with Drew. I thought it was about Drew and Alexis. But same with Drew and Alexis. You could get Willow off, and he still could be like, you thought I was going to let you see Scout? I'm not going to let you see Scout. But yeah, I said, Michael's cover is blown. You don't got caught. But in Dante. Oh, Dante got on stand. Alexa was questioning him about Michael going to jail last time, and you tried to interfere. He's like, yeah, but he just went. He don't snitch. He don't sit up here and told him to turn himself in. How you gonna try to use that against him? Try to make it seem like he's showing favoritism. And Turner was like, asked him like, was you the commissioner when this whole Willow thing began? He's like, no. I said, exactly. What you talking about, girl? But yeah, what else? Tell Charlotte to stay away from Sidwell. Valentine told Charlotte to stay away from Sidwell, that he's dangerous and he don't want her to come back. I think that's it. Charlotte wanted to do something to help Valentine. I said, you know what? They exactly like their parents. Remember how back in the day, their parents just stay into stuff? Valentine still be into stuff, but even with Lulu, she used to be into stuff too. Jason stay into stuff. I said, yeah, y'all just like y'all parents. Sam used to be into stuff. I said, look, that's all. So many parents. They just like their parents. But yeah, Brandon was ready to collect what Britt knows and stuff like that. She's still over here. Like, he dangerous. You think he care? I think he know he's dangerous too. Like, pick your poison. Pick your poison. Both of them dangerous. But yeah, that's it, y'all. Let me know y'all thoughts on this episode down below. Stay tuned for the next review. Until next time, deuces. Have a great rest of the day and be safe.